Sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little tipsy. That's why I brought you here for mimosas. Hi, I'm Carissa Robinson, and welcome back to my channel. So it's already June. We're already almost halfway through the year, and it has flew by. It really has flew by. And though I'm sad to see the time fly by so fast, I'm ready to see what at least new authors and old authors have coming out for the rest of this year. And that's why I want to give you part 2 of my anticipated reads for the rest of the year. I also feel like that every time I do anticipated reads, I also wanted to go somewhere new. Well, at least not new for me, but new for you. And that's why right now I'm currently at a brunch place. It's called Cuckoo's, and yeah, I've already ordered my food. I'm gonna be drinking some mimosas and being able to, give it more of a vibe as I give you my anticipated reads, and hopefully you can get from this list some books to look forward to for the rest of the year too. So I just received my food. You take a look at it here. Like, even came with heart pancakes and my mimosas. I already started drinking. it. But let's get started with my first book for at least beginning of June. Now, it's currently June 6th, so some of these books, one of this book has already came out and one will be coming out soon, and that's probably going to be before this video drop, but I still want to be able to give it the recognition because it was anticipated, and it still is anticipated for me. And the first book that I want to start off is We Could Be Magic by Marissa Meyer. So we have our main character. Her name is Tabitha. Now, this is a graphic novel. I feel like any book that I read by Marissa Meyer, I've loved. So that's why she got put on my anticipated reads. I forgot to mention this book came out June 3rd. And so we have our main character. Her name is Tabitha, and she believes in love, especially with her family, with her parents' marriage pretty much going down the drain while she was younger. So she get a job at this park, and she's always wanted to be the princess, but being who she is, she's not accepted into that role by other people in the park, and they don't want her to have that role. So instead she's put at the nacho stand. And as time goes by, she ended up pretty much battling these stereotypes that's put against her, and she's able to, find love in the small things, even if she can't reach that as high as princess. And hopefully she can start to change the people's minds at the park, so she could be able to live her dream and be a princess. The next book that I want to mention is The Family by Dashia Williams. Now, this book comes out the 8th of June. Oh, I have read one book by this author and I loved it. I found this author on TikTok, on TikTok when I was looking for more romance books to read, and I stumbled across her and I read one of her books and I really loved it. The only thing that I had a problem with was the editing. If you want to check out I did put this in my May wrap up, so if you want to get a little bit more of a feel of this author, at least when I started her, you can check the video out. The link is up above. But so we have her new book coming out, and this book is about Mariah. Her family is a part of a top secret agency, at least her dad is, and she stays in the house with all these men who works for her dad. But as pretty much as it's unfolding, you get like a little bit of a mystery with her, and while she's discovering this mystery and finding out secrets, she ended up finding this guy who can relate, and they end up bonding over this secret that's kept within the household. The next book that I want to mention, literally I cannot wait to read this book, and that's Plus Size Player. Now, I read A Curvy Girl Summer not too long ago, and when I say I love that book, I literally love that book. I really wish that I would have got to it in May so I could be able to give it the recognition that it deserves, but I guess I'll just put it into this month's category. But oh my goodness, I love this book. So I'm like, just imagine my surprise when I found out that she's coming out with a Plus Size Player with one of my favorite characters that was in the first book. And I can't wait to get her romance story because I feel like it's so, like, I feel like it's gonna be unique because not much, you don't really get as many books from a character like this who's open in her sexuality, who's open in her personality, and definitely this character got it. And oh, I forgot, I keep forgetting to mention, I was just so excited to mention, yes, this is Plus Size Player, and this comes out June 10th. This comes out on June 10th. So in Plus Size Player, we have our main character, Nina. Nina was in the last book, and she's such a girl's girl. She's such a girl's girl, and she also believes in having a guy for everything. So she don't believe in, oh yeah, one man could do it all. She believes in, oh, if I want somebody funny, I'll have somebody funny. If I want somebody smart, if I want somebody with money, I can have all those things, but with different men. And so, but as time going by and she's experiencing all that, she's noticing that she's starting to fall harder for the funny guy, even though she promised herself that she is okay with having multiple men filling those spots for her. And when I say, like, I feel like it's not such a surprise, but also being able to get the recognition for us thick girls and just showing that, like, it's out there, it's possible. Like, I just can't wait to get to this book. I'm so excited. The next book that I want to mention is Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson. This book is supposed to be out July 22nd. And of course I wanted to hop on the train. Well, not hop on the train. I wouldn't say hop on the train. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, all 3 books. And when I said she blew that out the park for me, she blew it out the park for me. I love that book so much. I believe I rated each one more than 4 stars, and I was happy to give it, like, she just does such a well done job. So I'm excited that she's coming out with a new book, especially one that's a mystery, that is a mystery. I believe I haven't read any other book from, at least series or books from her, other than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I still look out for ones that pulls my eye, and just not that many that she has written already has pulled my eye quite like this one. Well, I do have a reappearance of Rachel, I don't remember the last name, but the reappearance of Rachel, I do have that book. I just haven't got started on it, but I don't even care. I'm gonna buy it. So if it's a mystery by this lady, I'm gonna buy it. So in Not Quite Dead, we have our main character. Her name is Jay, and she get a diagnosis from the doctor saying that she's gonna be dead in 7 days, and that's because somebody tried killing her, but it didn't fully go through, and they said she most likely would die from an aneurysm. She's from a wealthy family, so she's always put it off and said, like, a lot of things that she wanted to do in life that she'll get to later. She got time. But now that she found out that she only has 7 days to live, she wanna find out who's pretty much setting her up for this, not setting her up, but like pretty much caused this to come on her. And she's focusing all her time on that since she has 7 days to live, and she want to be able to go out with a bang by solving her murder, her own case. So tell me why I'm so out of the loop is not even funny. So it wasn't until I actually started looking into my anticipated reads for the end of the year that I found out that Carissa Broadbent is an author that I've already read from. So I read her The Serpent and the Wings of Night book, and I love that book. So I love that book, and I also read the second one. So when I got into her last series that I just read and did a video on, if you want to check it out, the link is above. that I got into that series, what was it, A Daughter of No Worlds, I did not even put two and two together to realize that this is the same author, and that I actually do have books that I read from her that I liked. I like those books too. I ain't gonna get into it. I don't want to get no spoilers. Check out the video if you want to know how I felt about it. But I love the first two. I love the two. I mean, at least the two books in the series, and I bought the third one. And I realized that the third one isn't about the same main characters, which I love. I'm happy that she did that. I don't like to read about the same characters at least more than 2 to 3 books. After that, it's a done deal for me. Clear it up. But yeah, so I bought the third book, and I found out that it's about the friend, and it's about Mish. I found out it's about Mish, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to read this book yet. I'm going to wait until the second one come out so I can be able to hop into that one right after I finish it. Like, I don't want to end up falling in love with the book, and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get to the second book. So just imagine my surprise when I find out that it came this year. And that is The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk. It comes out August 5th, and I'm definitely going to be there to buy it. Now, I'm not going to go too much into what the book is about, mostly because I've already read the first 2 books, and plus this is like the 4th book, so I feel like, 1, that's giving spoilers, and 2, I haven't even read the third one, so I can't even give you no basis off of that one. But I just know I'm gonna get to it, and I'm gonna read it, and I feel like for sure I'm gonna love it. Now, the next book that I'm excited to read and anticipated for. Now, I will say that I'm anticipated for it, and that's mostly because so I can put it in perspective to let this series go. I don't know if she's gonna make more. I'm pretty sure she's gonna make more books, especially because we got Assistant, we got Apprentice, and now we got Accomplice, and most likely we're gonna get Partner to the Villain. I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because you can see that it's building up to her potentially being the villain too. So, well, being with the villain and which card. So that's what I'm saying. So, and that's Accomplice to the Villain. This is the 3rd book in that series, and it comes out the 7th of August. Now, just the same as the past book that I mentioned, I'm not going to go too much in detail about this. It is the 3rd book in the series, so I'm just excited, and I'm looking out for it. Now, I will say, this is something that I do want to mention, is that I'm not 100% certain that I'm going to actually buy the physical copy. I might end up getting the ebook, only because I've been reading the first 2 books, and I love the first one. The second one was a little and I feel like it could be better. I feel like, especially with the romance, like I feel like it's so far behind, and she's just trying to build it up. And I feel like after 2 books, I don't know, that's just too long of a slow burn for me. I don't want the sparks to start popping off in the beginning, of course, but I still want to see the love there. And I don't like I feel like at this point, I think they just, okay, this is a spoiler. I think they just maybe started kissing, and I think that was at literally the end of, they either almost kissed but that was literally at the end of the book. And we're already on the 3rd one, so I'm just imagining how slow it's gonna get. So I feel like after this one, it's gonna put it definitely in perspective for me if I want to continue the series with this author. The next book that I want to mention isn't even because of the book. It's really because of the author, because I read Babel by her. I also read the Poppy War series by her, and I love them, and I feel like I love her. I also bought Yellowface. I haven't got to it, but I told myself after those first 2 series, this author will always be a must buy for me, especially if I read the synopsis. I don't even care if I read a book and I end up not liking it. I'll donate it or sell it, and then the next book that she come out with it, automatically on my shelf. Okay, so, and that book is Katabasis. This book comes out the 26th of August. I feel like, I'm happy that all the books that, a lot of these books are coming out near my birthday. Of course, I'm a summer baby, so my birthday, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm a summer baby, so I feel like this comes out perfectly, because I could just be like, oh yeah, this is a birthday buy. But yeah, I can't wait to get to this book, and let's get into that synopsis. The thing I want to mention is I feel like this author, I feel like she always know how to play the role. Like literally just the last 2 books she did fantasy, and then she did literary fiction, and now she back to fantasy, and I'm just excited. So we have 2 graduate students. They've been competing for this professor, and he's a magician, and they've been wanting to get at the top of their class, but then an accident happens and their professor dies. And they realize that they won't be able to get at the top of their class if they don't bring their professor back to life. So they both journey to hell to try to bring him back, so they can know who is the top graduate in the magicianal world. I'm starting to notice that Ali Hazelwood always make it to this, at least so far for the past 2 that I did. She always make it to the list, and that book, the book that I'm anticipated to read, which might come as a surprise to you, but not as a surprise to me, because one thing that I want to know, if one thing that you should know about me, is I'm telling you, werewolf romances will always be on top for me. I feel like ever since my Wattpad days, and that was literally all I read on Wattpad was werewolf romance. Like, I just love it so much. I love the turning. I love the pack instinct that they have. And in her first book, she brought it. So I can't wait to read the second one to see what she got now. And that's May. It comes out October 7th. I know it's a little far away. I'm sad that it's a little far away. But just know when it comes out and it hits the bookshelves, I'm going to be there, okay? I'm going to be in Barnes & Nobles ready to buy or even pre-order this book. And hopefully they got it in a special edition, because I ain't afraid to buy. Both May and the first Bride, if they were to put that in the special edition, sold it right now, tell you money will be on their table. I don't care. I will buy it. You want to know what I love so far about Ali Hazelwood's supernatural book? It isn't even that it got werewolves. Of course, that's the main thing. I feel like it's mostly because she actually does it with another supernatural being. Like, I feel like a lot of the times when romance books, especially with werewolves or vampires, comes out, they always make the main character human, and I'm happy that we don't get this one. So in this next one, in May, we have our main character. Her name is Serena. She's a hybrid, and she's one of a kind. So pretty much she ended up getting together or having a pact with an alpha, and he demands obedience, and he don't take no disrespect. But especially for Serena, even if she don't reciprocate his feelings, he's still gonna be there. He's still gonna be there for her. And they be able to come together and create a bond with them two, and to be able to fight together against their past. Okay guys, just hold on a little longer. We almost to the end of the video. We almost to the end of my anticipated reads. And if you're enjoying this, then you don't have to hold on, because you loving it. I know you loving it. But anyway, so the next book that I have is I Accidentally Hired a Shadow Walker. This book comes out 14th of October, my brother's birthday. And instead of giving him money, the bookstore is going to be getting money. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little tipsy. That's why I brought you here for mimosas. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I Accidentally Hired a Shadow Walker. Now, I've read the first book, haven't read the second book. Hopefully by the time that this video comes out, I've already read the book, and I can actually jump into this one. Now, I did add this because Jessica Cage will be a must buy or a must read for me, because I know that, like, I started just getting romance books on my Kindle instead of buying them physically like I do my fantasy books. But yeah, I'm just excited for it, and I can't wait to read it. I feel like she done made all the other lists. Why not be added to this one too? So we have our main character. Her name is Carissa. She's a no-nonsense boss, And so while she's working and stuff like that, a situation happened and she has to like have bodyguards. But her bodyguard, well, she ended up getting into like the altercation with her bodyguard, and he pretty much just be like, oh, bump you and I'm taking everybody with me. So, but she needs protection. So she ended up hiring pretty much like a mercenary, and she finds out that her mercenary is a shadow walker. And with being with him, a lot of trouble end up insinuating, and she not only does it get steamy between not only does it get messy between both of them and their romantic dynamic, it also get messy because demons is coming after them. Like, who can ask for more? Like, there's nobody could put paranormal, like, you just can't beat paranormal. Like, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's my love for what's the series called?
TV show, you think?
Sorry, I gotta look it up. Oh, that's what it was. My love for supernatural. If it's not because my love for supernatural, I feel like that's exactly what put me on to my love for paranormal when it comes to wolves, shadow walk, just anything like that. Vampires, I'm hands down, I'm there for it. I'm there. So yeah, I feel like this book sounds so good. I can't wait to get to it. And I definitely can't wait to get to the vampire one. By the time this video posts, I'm gonna have it read. I'm gonna have that book read. The next book that I want to mention is Our Vicious Oath by N.E. Davenport. This book comes out the 28th of October. Now, I don't own any books from her. This will be a new author for me, but I've been seeing it all over TikTok, and it's really been pulling my attention, so I really can't wait to get to it. So we have our main character, and she has to get married to the High Fae, but she don't want to do this. So instead of being like, she want to be able to have her freedom, so to be able to rebel a little bit because she knows she have to marry this man, she ended up going out and pretty much giving herself up to somebody willingly instead of having to be forced when it comes to the king when they get married. But she doesn't know that the guy that she's with is actually setting her up, and because he want to get to the High Fae king too. So during her wedding, it ended up happening during her wedding. At the end of it, the guy that she slept with end up attacking the ceremony and taking her hostage. But as far as they don't know, well, at least the other Fae and her people doesn't know, is that she's there willingly because she wants to be able to kill the king so she don't have to be with him. But she also have to put up a front because she want to be able to protect her people, and so the High Fae won't turn against her people. So they end up playing on his jealousy, and hopefully, and even while they're playing on their jealousy, to not be able to break the rules that they done put up, they gotta make sure that the romance that they have for each other isn't causing any trouble and making it seem like they actually like each other because she's supposed to be a hostage. The next book that I want to mention is The Reckoning by Michael R. Miller. Now, I started this as a buddy read. Well, I'm still buddy reading it with my brother, even though he reads slow as hell. Now this, for The Reckoning, this is to be determined because he doesn't have an official date out, just that it comes out in 2025. Now, like I said, this is the fourth book, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I loved it so far. I am kind of sad because I thought that it would end at 3 books, but now that it's going on to 4, and he said he might even have a 5th, like he might even make this into a 5th book, which I get it, but I don't, because the books are super big. They're super pretty, but super big. And 1, I just can't wait to add it to my collection, and 2, I'm like, I'm already here, I might as well just finish it out. And last but not least, I just have to put emphasis on that because I loved every one of these books by Deanna Gray. She has been coming back to back with them, and she's coming out with a new book, part of this series, and I can't wait to read them. I've read these on Kindle,
And I'm not telling you, like, go, let me show you my Amazon card. I want these books I want these books in paperback right now. Even when the third book come out, I will be getting that in paperback too, because she has been coming tenfold. And I'm sad that she haven't given us a date. She did say that I've been following her Instagram now. Okay, I'm not gonna say I was stalking, but I've been following it. And this book is most likely to come out in 2025, and that's safety net. Like I said, she don't have a date just yet, but man, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for her to come out with this other book. I feel like when I first started her first book, I was just like, okay, you know, I'm just vibing with it, and then bam, I'm there. So I can't really go into details. She hasn't really given us a big synopsis of it, just the character's picture and pretty much some quotes that she has for the book. But I just can't wait. I feel like I would have been able to get the announcement if I would went to the Black Romance Book Fest. I'm still sad that I missed it. I'm still sad that I missed it. But there's always next year. It's always next year. So yeah, this is my last book. I'm excited for her. I hate that I can't go into as much detail, especially because she hasn't put that much detail out. But I just know I'm gonna love it, and I can't wait to read it. It's gonna be there literally right when it comes out. I'm gonna be on Amazon ordering that book pronto. Okay. So guys, that's all the books that I have for my anticipated releases for the end of this year. And hopefully you like this video. Thank you so much for staying to the end. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna finish my breakfast and my mimosas that I bought. And let me just give you a view of what I've been experiencing as I've been talking to you. You see that view? It looked beautiful, doesn't it? But okay guys, if you have any anticipated releases that you would like to comment down below, please do. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.